Welcome to Life and Living. I'm Joanna Gaggis. If the table could talk, what would it say? Only good things about my next guest, Alyssa Alia, professional food stylist and author of the cookbook, If the Table Could Talk, A Taste of Celebrations. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Okay, I'm excited because I'm looking at, well, first of all, crumb cake, and I'm drooling. But there are so many beautiful dishes right here that you prepared all this morning. Mm-hmm. All of which can be found in your cookbook. I'm so excited to have you here and talk about this. Tell us about If the Table Could Talk. Tell us about your book.
Well, what it is, Joanna, it's a conglomeration of my talents for being a food stylist and also being chef certified, and it's based on memories of menus. For every occasion that I did at my home, I prepared a menu. And actually, my first menu that I ever did was for my husband and I when we got engaged for our engagement party, and I had my in-laws over for dinner. And I actually have the original menu right here for you today.
This is that menu. It's dated March 30th, 1986. That is some foresight that you had to know not only to write this menu out and document everything that you served, but to preserve it and keep it in the way that you did.
I just love saving memories, and I guess I'm just very sentimental. And after that, every time I entertain in my home, I saved the menu.
So we have this from an 8th grade graduation in June of 2004.
Yes,
what's
my
this
daughter.
one right here?
Yep, and this one is for my daughter's 6th birthday.
Oh, this is when we started using the computer.
Yes. Yes.
Everything else was typed out or
Yes.
written out.
Yes.
So you were a food stylist for 31 years. What goes into that? What is a food stylist? What do you do?
A food stylist is the person that makes food look beautiful for the camera. When you go down your grocery aisle and you go to your supermarket and you see all that food packaging on either side of you, it's somebody is hired to make that food look beautiful, and that is what I do. And people don't realize how much work is involved, making food looking gorgeous for the camera, and it could take days of shopping, days of preparation, just finding that perfect apple, that perfect piece of fruit for the packaging. People think I'm crazy sometimes. I'm going to the supermarket, digging through bins of apples and looking for best strawberry tops, but it's
You
so
become
important.
the crazy apple lady.
Yes, what is she looking at now, But I'm looking for that perfect piece of fruit for photography, and then you'll prep for a day or two also.
What goes into that prep?
Oh, it could be if I'm doing, let's say, a cookie and cracker shoot, I'll be going through cases and cases of product to sort through the best size, the best tops. If I'm doing a cereal shoot, I'd be looking for the best flakes and the best puffs.
So you're literally picking through the flakes in a box of cereal and pulling out the right ones, and then what do? You put those in a bowl and you fill it with milk, and then you...
Yes. Well, there's little tricks to that,
Okay.
but I'll be tweezing one by one on a spoon to make sure the berries are on there just right, and it's really painstakingly important that everything is perfectly done so they can fit the graphics perfectly and is appetizing to the consumer. So that could take all 1 or 2 days of preparation, and if I'm doing recipes, the recipes have to be done sometimes 5, 10 times over in case I need to redo it. If I'm doing a pie shoot, I'll have to make 10 pies if they're going to cut the pie and make it look perfect, and you have to be prepared for the unexpected in case they want to do variations as well.
So as someone who loves to cook and as someone who's clearly passionate about her job of food styling, does it ever get tedious and boring and old when you have to make the same recipe over and over and over?
No, not at all.
See, that's how much you love your job.
No, not at all. Because every time I do a job, it's different. And that's why I love to be a food stylist, because there's always a challenge, problem solving. And the most beautiful thing about it is I could see it. And I go down the grocery aisle and say, oh my gosh, there's my work. Sometimes I'll be at the freezer case and I'm standing on a picture going, oh, I did that. It's like so funny.
Quickly, before we get to the book, who are some of the companies you've worked for over the years?
Oh gosh, all the Northeastern, Fortune 500 companies like Nabisco and Unilever and Mondelez. They're all in the tri-state area, so I try and stay local now, especially being a working mom all these years.
So speaking of your kids, you have 2 girls,
yes,
right? And they are really the ones who got behind you and pushed you to make this cookbook.
Yes, they
Talk
did.
about bringing this actually to life, this idea to life.
Yes, well, my biggest mantra is making food look beautiful and delicious. So when I do have parties, they look beautiful, but I want them to taste good, because I also, I went to college at Cornell University for nutritional sciences.
Oh,
but
she just drops that.
No, but it was
It's
very
just Cornell.
science-oriented,
Yes.
very science-oriented.
Yes.
So after I actually worked as a test kitchen home economist at Lipton for a few years, and I wanted to go back to culinary school to hone in on my culinary skills. So I went for a chef certification after that and studied at Le Cordon Bleu, where Julia Child was, for a little while. And when I came back, I decided to freelance at food magazines, and there they put me into the food studio, where I honed into my talents of food styling. But with entertaining being my biggest joy, the food styling helped me to learn how to prep ahead. And with this cookbook, it's all about that. It's all about prepping ahead so you can entertain for 4 people, 40, or 200.
So I, who has never been to culinary school and doesn't have nearly the skill you have in the kitchen, could take the recipes here and I could use these to prepare a party at home, or even a dinner or a holiday feast.
The recipes are very, very simple. I simplify them. And even how I wrote the recipes, what you'll see in the book, the recipes are written in brackets. So you have the ingredients on the left and the method on the right, so you don't make a mistake. Because when I food style and all my experience with that, I always kind of rewrote the recipes. I might be doing 15 recipes in one day, so I tried to create this cookbook simple, showing what I learned, so you could look at the ingredients in one shot and then go on to the next one, and you won't make a mistake.
Can we sample some of the beautiful dishes that you brought here? What is this?
This is eggplant meatballs. It's vegetarian, but you'll never even know it. They're going to taste just like a regular meatball.
Okay.
And you can serve it as an appetizer or an entree. This is the first appetizer that I run out of every time I have a party. I never make enough. They go so quickly.
I can understand why. That is absolutely delicious and completely vegetarian. You want to be conscious of the people who are coming to the party.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Of their
I
food
always
needs.
have a variety of food choices.
Okay, what do we have here?
Yes, this is in my friends section chapter in the book, and it's a white potato pizza with pinoli nuts. And what I do here is I infuse olive oil with rosemary and garlic to give it a beautiful flavoring on top of the potatoes. And I use that method quite often in the book to flavor a lot of recipes easily.
You have way too many desserts to be sitting in front of me because I'm going to eat them all, but talk through some of the desserts that you brought.
Yes, well, here is my Triple Crown chocolate brownie, which is a chocolate lover's delight. It uses 3 types of chocolate. And here I have super huge crumb cake. And what's the best part of crumb cake?
The top,
is the topping.
You want a nice big topping.
Yes.
I see you have pinoli nut cookies here. I love these. What's special about this?
Well, I am such a cookie lover, so I have quite a few cookies in the book. The pinoli cookies are actually gluten-free. They don't use any flour. And the biscotti is a citrus biscotti. It's very, very delicate. And here are love knots, which is a very traditional holiday cookie in my Italian tradition. And this is made with ricotta, and you could do it with lemon icing or anise icing.
Absolutely amazing. If the table could talk, a taste of celebrations. You have another one coming out. Quickly plug it. What's it going to be?
It's a taste. It's a table for good talk. A taste of the holidays. So it'll be 6 holidays I'll be featuring.
Alyssa Alia, thank you so much for sharing your recipes with us.
Thank you for having me so much.
My name is Dr. John Rundback. I'm actually the medical director of the Interventional Institute here at Holy Name Medical Center. Peripheral arterial disease actually is extremely common. It's one of the forms of hardening of the artery. As interventional radiologists, we perform minimally invasive image-guided procedure. Generally, the procedures we do are alternatives to what would otherwise be major surgery. Almost 80% of those patients can avoid amputation if they're referred for us for these sort of procedures.
Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. 1-877 Holy Name. Healing begins here.
Also brought to you by Berkeley College and by TD Bank.